going to find and sentence Mr. Johnson on the conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, 35 years. As a range 2 offender. To the convicted felon in possession of a firearm, I'm going to sentence him to 15 years. As a range 2 offender. State has asked this court to run these sentences consecutively. They've asked me to find that the defendant is an offender whose record of criminal activity is extensive. They've also asked me to find that he is a dangerous offender whose behavior indicates little or no regard for human life and no hesitation about committing a crime in which the risk to human life is high. The court also has to find that circumstances around this offense are aggravated. That confinement for an extended period of time is necessary to protect society from the defendant's unwillingness to lead a productive life and the defendant's resort to criminal activity in furtherance of an anti-societal lifestyle. And the aggregate length of the sentences reasonably relate to the offense of which the defendant stands convicted. The state argues as to the defender having a record of criminal activity that is extensive, that the court can consider not just his prior history, which the court's already talked about, the 3 prior aggravated robberies, 3 prior aggravated assaults in the federal firearms case, but also this first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, and convicted felon in possession of a handgun. It's unfortunate that we've witnessed Mr. Johnson's progression in violent activity. He's had these prior convictions which dealt with firearms, which dealt with violence, and the lack of regard for human life. And it didn't get any better, it got worse. A whole lot worse. The state also argues as to the dangerous offender that the defendant was not motivated because of fear or hate. That this was greed and money and fame. This was just a hit. a way for him to further his career. The defense argues that practically that no other time above the life sentence that he's already been sentenced to will protect the community. The defense argues that the life sentence will make Mr. Johnson eligible for parole somewhere around 70 or in his mid-70s. And there's no need to protect the community any further because of that life sentence. I don't know that the court agrees with that. That sounds good. I don't know that the court agrees with that. These were crimes that were committed in our community in the middle of the day, in broad daylight, other people around, for greed. Greed, money, and fame. I'm going to run count 1 and count 3 concurrently. But consent to the license.
Yes, sir. I also wanted to go check out my boy. Let's go, man.
To Nene Marie 37 on Instagram and purchase you a signed copy of my book. You want to support me? Go to TikTok. Follow me at Trenches News 3837. Yo! It's your boy Trenches News, and I'm back at y'all with another one. I appreciate all the support. Thanks for everyone who subscribed to the channel. If you ain't subbed to my channel, make sure you do. Make sure you join the membership. Shout out to all my mods. If you ain't following them, you can follow their ads at the end of the video. Remember, if you got anything extra, food, hygiene, clothes, bag it up, take it outside, and give it to the less fortunate. Remember, we all one step away from being homeless. I don't care how much money you say you got or think you got. Mother Nature could come and destroy it, and now you ain't got nothing, man. So make sure you get back. With that being said, let's say the kids, the women, the elderly, neutrons, and the civilians, happy Friday to everybody. Make sure y'all safe out there, man. It get hectic on the weekends, man. The police, they can't save nobody. So just make sure you safe. Keep your head on the swivel. We got 3 stories. We talking about. We talking about Lil Durk. We talking about Lil Durk. We talking about Young Thug. And we talking about the old Block 5, the motion that they putting in for acquittal. You know, so we're going to talk about all that. So make sure y'all smash that like button so this video can get around. If you got any sites, social sites, make sure you send a video to it. All right, y'all. We're going to start off with Young Thug first. Welcome home to Young Thug. Welcome home. Young Thug, he went to trial, long trial he went to and fought and end up copping out at the end. End up copping out, you know what I'm talking about, before the trial was over with, before he was found guilty. He got a good deal to me. He got a good deal to me because he free. A lot of people looking at it like, man, I wouldn't have took no time and none of that. You know, hey, but he copped out. He back home with his kids. He back home reunited, you know, to get money and all that, man. So, you know, I hope he stay out of jail. But 15 years on probation, man. I know a lot of people who got that 20-year probation shit, all that. Like, out of towns do it. And, man, when you mess up, bro, you go up in there. And you got to do the whole thing, bros, most of the times, bro. So, I don't know. He just got to stay out of trouble, though. He got to use his head for more than a head rack. Stay away from gang members. You know what I'm talking about. Hey, they did him a favor by telling him he can't go back to Atlanta. You know what I'm talking about? That was a favor that they did for him, I think. You know, he don't need to be around now. He don't need to be around nowhere. He need to fly out somewhere where nobody at. Not even California, where nobody at, man, and start his life over. You know?
I don't think Thug
But
gonna
yeah, Young Thug is free. Brian still did a hell of a job. But for y'all to be talking about Lil Durk, and we finna get into Lil Durk. Y'all saying Lil Durk need Brian Steele. No, Lil Durk need more than Brian Steele. In fact, Lil Durk needs, actually, I thought about it all around the board. He needs OTF Diddy to say he did what he did on his own. He need Diddy to say that wasn't Durk. That wasn't Durk on the phone. That phone might be associated to Durk, but that wasn't Durk. That'll clear Durk right there. He could be one of the ones that clear Durk. Vonnie, he got to say that Durk ain't know what he was doing, man, because Durk was going to do a podcast in California. If that's the case, you know, you can't be biased when you talk about story. I'm a journalist. I report stories. I'm a blogger, news reporter, whatever you want to call me. So I got to think all around the board. I know a lot of people want me to be choosing and picking sides on one side. If you ask me, he done. But you got to think about reality, money, and everything else. He need Von, who was on the plane with him, Vonnie, to say that Durk didn't know what he was going to do when they flew on that plane. He didn't know nothing about that Quando, Rondo, or none of that. He need to say that to the government. You know what I'm talking about? And that might ease a little pain. Now, as far as him buying masses and shit with the money and buying guns and payments and all that, hey, he got to say Lil Durk ain't know about it. Now, I know a lot of people say, oh, man, you think they don't know about it? It's going to be the same excuse Yo Gotti going to use against Jug them. Hey, look. He got a card that he make business moves for me. I don't know what he do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what Jug did. I don't know what Diddy them doing and everything. Like they handle business. They handle charity money. They handle all type of shit. Because if you gave them a card, then they responsible. But long as they taking a hit, you really can't put it on Durk. That's what people saying. Like you can't put it on Durk. You know. But them people, they gonna have to cop out. And by them copping out, is meaning that they guilty, that they was there, they was on the scene, they was on the crime, that they did it. Is they gonna willing to take the life sentence for Lil Durk? I don't know. We'll see. People say they'll die for their homie every day in the street. I'll die for you, ride for you. Then when they tell your ass you got that 100, niggas like, nah, Lil Ray, Lil Moonhead did it. Shit. You know? Yeah. And then so with that, that's what Lil Durk. Now with Jam, I seen Jam on Crime Network yesterday, man. They got the wrong name on there. They put Jam on OTF Jam on Crime Network. I think they made an error on that. They were just picking pictures off the internet. But Jam, they gonna need Jam to say that Lil Durk ain't, when he was mad at Lil Durk, that Lil Durk ain't come and get him out of jail, and that's why he cooperated. Now, if they do all that, man, It is a family, man, that beat a federal RICO, man, in New Jersey. It's a mob family that beat them. They had the whole family, man, and everybody got acquitted from all the charges, bro. And they had people up on the stand. So I had to take that in consideration when I looked at the Lucchese family paperwork, and they end up, you know what I'm talking about? They ain't had no murder for hire now, but they had all the crimes that's involved with racketeering, and they beat it. 77 defendants. So it's a possibility, man. You know, but almost doesn't count. Brandy told us that a long more time ago. Almost doesn't count. You know. So that's what it is with Lil Durk. But MUWAP them, they filed a motion. They still filing motions, and they filed a motion basically for acquittal. They saying that, you know, they want a retrial, whatever. They ain't getting out of jail, man, but they trying though. You know, I just thought I'd update y'all. You know, if you want to look at it for yourself, you can go and look at it on the site. You know, they trying to, and the government gave them to December 16th to put in a motion. All of them. First, MUWAP was putting in a motion for acquittal, you know, to get the charges dropped or a mistrial. They saying that they didn't have a fair trial. They saying that they ain't had no fair trial, and now all of them jumped on that, all 6 of them. So now they have to put in a motion for December 16th, or the 15th. They got to hear it, you know. So I don't think they court date, or they court date might be still February. I really don't know. I really can't tell you. But yeah, that's what I got for y'all today, man. I got the Young Thug, I got the Lil Durk, and I got O-Block MUWAP them update for y'all, man. Y'all stay tuned to Trench News, man. I will be back with more content later. I will be going live. Live was lit last night. I appreciate all y'all, man. Don't think I don't appreciate everybody who helped me out, share my lives, be on my lives. I appreciate all y'all. I might not say all y'all names, man, but I appreciate it. I came from nothing. Hey, shout out to my mods, all my mods. Shout out to Made Media Magazine, man. Me and him got content coming on our page, man, on his page, interview. So make sure y'all go and subscribe to Made Media Magazine channel. Other than that, man, y'all be safe on this Friday, man. People don't respect their lives or respect other people's boundaries or just leave shit alone, man. So they willing to kill.
I ain't gonna lie. My nigga Thug home.
Yes, ma'am. I take full responsibility for, you know, my crimes or my charges. I want to say sorry to my family, my mom. My mom got 11 kids. I can't say all their names, you know. My managers, my kids that's not here. Really everybody that got something to do with this situation, I want to say sorry for just like, you know, having so much time investing into this, you know, and I am a smart guy, I am a good guy, and I really got a good heart, you know. I find myself in a lot of stuff because I was just nice or cool, you know, and I understand that you can't be that way when you reach a certain height because it could end bad. And it don't really have to have nothing to do with you, but it could end bad and it could, you know, fall on you. And I know the choice is yours, it's up to you. And I hope that you allow me to go home today and just trust in me to just do the right thing and never see you again unless it's at a, you know, bar in the future or something. Just out of this type of situation, I promise you I won't ever be in this type of situation again. I'm going away. I've learned from my mistakes. You know, I come from nothing and I've made something and I didn't take full advantage of it. I'm sorry. Through these last 2.5 years of my life, you are really, truly, honestly, the best thing that has happened to me because you made everything fair for me and everybody involved. On both sides, you know. I'm sorry to the sheriff, you know, everybody for just having to put extra time in. I know y'all got paid more money, but I'm sorry for y'all having to put this extra time in to be away from y'all family, you know, and I just hope that you find it in your heart to allow me to go home and be with my family and just do better as a person. I know what I bring to the table. I know what I am. I know the heights I've reached. I know the impact I got on people, period, in the community, all people. I learned that late, like these past 2 or 3 years of my life, I kind of learned that late. And maybe it was because I was, probably on drugs or anything, I don't know. But I have came to my senses and I understand what I mean to this world. But I am a good guy, I don't mind doing stuff like, free shows, and I always did that. I did free shows and gave it to single parents, millions of dollars. I made $1.8 million on a free show, and I gave it all to single parent charity. And I did like 2 or 3 shows that made like $700,000 a piece, and I gave it to the breast cancer organization. Like, I do things like I put millions of dollars back into my community for real. I really did. I did more than anybody ever did from my side, But I understand, rap lyrics. I understand how it could be twisted. I understand what it could do to the mind of people. I understand all that, and I promise you, I'm 100% changing that. It's just, I'm older, I'm grown now, and it's just like, I'm smarter. It's more things to rap about. Like I've experienced a lot of good things. I experienced more bad things, but I experienced a lot of good things too. And anyway, I can go forever.
Well, I appreciate it, and I appreciate that you do realize how much of an impact you have on people. I mean, it's past your neighborhood. It's worldwide, especially young people. And having come up from where you came up from and living in and around that, that gangs are damaging to our community. And it may be that a whole lot of rap music and the rap industry is, I mean, honestly, it sounds like a modern day version of kind of WWE wrestling that used to be on television, where people would just get up and posture and act like they hated each other. And it may be that that's a lot of what is going on in the music industry with rap. But whether it is fake or not, it has tremendous impact on kids and young people who think, this is cool, this is what I want to do. Look at him, he's a millionaire. I can do that by being, a gangster in the streets. And that's not true. What you're likely to have happen to you if you're a gangster in the streets is you get shot, you get killed, or you get thrown in prison. And those are, by far the most likely outcomes. And, you've been in here watching the trial, and you've seen the pictures of Mr. Ryan posing with a gun as big as he is at 15 years old and going out and shooting and killing another teenager. And that's what gangs do, and that's unfortunately a lot of what rap music does. And if you are a modern day John Lennon, he might have rapped too in this day and age. I don't know, but I know you're talented, and even if you choose to continue to rap, you need to try to use your influence to let kids know that that is not the way to go, and that there are ways out of poverty besides hooking up with the powerful guy at the end of the street selling drugs. And, I know that happens for protection sometimes, but a much better way would be getting an education and hanging around with people who set a good example. And you be one of those people that sets a good example. All right, so that's my high horse on that. I could also go on. But I want you to try to be more of the solution and less of the problem. All right? All right. So it is not lost on the court that the state, had they been able to come to agreement on certain special conditions, was willing to entirely dismiss the RICO count, was willing to entirely dismiss one of the gang counts, and was willing to entirely dismiss this, machine gun count. Was willing to give a sentence that permitted Mr. Williams to walk out of the door today, and therefore does not seem to be particularly worried that Mr. Williams, if on the streets, would be a danger to society. I'm taking that into consideration and crafting my sentence. And in permitting a NOLO plea to the RICO count and one of the two gang counts, I would not be permitting the NOLO to the one if you were not pleading guilty to at least one of them. But you are, and y'all admit a factual basis for the counts that you are pleading guilty to. I find there to be a factual basis for those counts, and for the remaining counts with which you are charged. I am going to impose a sentence, and I've taken a little bit of the suggested special conditions from the defense and a little bit of the special conditions suggested by the prosecution. On count one, the court sentence is 20 years to serve 5.
VFly is a company that helps your YouTube videos go viral using Google Ads, which helps you get noticed in Google's.
I don't know.
Posting as if I got arrested, and these was new charges. So, those wasn't new charges, homie. I had to sit in the weekend for a jail with no bond for violating my bond conditions. Mm-hmm. So the judge went off my bond and made my bond insufficient for testing positive for marijuana.
So, what was that like being in there for a few days?
It felt like I had done 7 years. Yeah, each day felt like a year and a half. And I think I aged 2 years each day. But I got some much needed rest. The wife finally got to get to sit down and talk and
sit still.
Yeah, have some yeah. So and I had some time to reflect in solitude. I had some time to realign spiritually. I had some time to soul search, examine me. So whenever I go to jail, homie, or whenever I'm in trouble or going in a situation, I don't look outside of me. I go look inside of me. I go look within. And then from within, I look out. So I can't be mad at nobody because I like to smoke weed. And it was my second time testing positive.
Yeah.
So some niggas had tried to rob me for my jewelry the earlier part of this year, but I wouldn't cooperate. Yeah, I'm a hard-headed little motherfucker. I wouldn't cooperate. So one of them tried to snatch it, hit me in the head with the pistol, and they still didn't get the jewelry. So it caused anxiety. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I ain't never been robbed. Nigga ain't never tried to rob me before. So it caused anxiety because the position I'm in now, I have to be comfortable with people approaching me.
At all times.
At all times. Yeah. But I done been attacked in a barbershop while I'm asleep, in a public place. And I'm saying, how these niggas let this get in here and touch me when normally he got the door locked? Normally when I come, I got my gun right here, because I'm gonna get relaxed in the chair and go to sleep. But he gonna have the door locked. So it's normally a level of security when he cut my hair. But he was in on the setup. You see what I'm saying? So I had two situations within 1 year. So the attack in the barbershop happened like November, December last year. Because I was attacked, my response to the attack caused me to get 2 aggravated assaults with a deadly weapon. because they entered into the barbershop with a gun. Still got the mark on my head from when he hit me with the gun. But they went and edited the video. So it looked like but you see the gun in the guy's back pocket. One of the witnesses told the detective that he gave Man the gun and Man put the gun in his back pocket. So they disregarded that. So I've been attacked twice in 1 year. Typically I got weapons on me. So now that I'm out on bond, I can't carry no weapons. So I'm just a walking victim.
That's anxiety.
There you go.
Automatic.
So I need that weed to calm the nerves. I ain't no alcohol drinking. So I started back smoking weed to keep, the anxieties. So there was one dirty UA. So my bond initially, when these charges first came, was $15,000. So when they violated the first time for smoking, that $15,000 went to $90,000. That's a murder bond, just for smoking weed.
Right.
So they hit me with a murder bond. And most people don't know, I went to jail early August. The blogs didn't get that information because I bonded out within 8 hours.
Quick, fast.
I bonded out real quick. So I got a Texas medical marijuana card. So I went and seen a doctor, a psychiatrist for the anxiety, who saw another doctor. So I went and met with a Texas medical marijuana doctor. So this is legal.
Right.
So I got a prescription from the doctor. Not only do I got a prescription, I got a letterhead from the doctor's office, and the company. And I'm also in a database. So if the highway patrol officer stopped me in Texas, he got a number to call.
We can't save you from being tagged in a fail video, but we can save you big bucks on your bill.
King Yella.
Cam.
Glad to have you back.
No, it's a pleasure, man.
It's been a minute, man. A lot, man. A lot's been going on, man.
Yeah, I've been broke.
You just got wild in Chicago again.
Oh, yeah. Real wild. Real wild.
The internet broke, went crazy. Everybody's seen it. It's been nuts. It's even been reported on the news, man. Friday, October 24th, we get the news. 5 OTF affiliates have been arrested for the murder of Quando Rondo's cousin, Little Pile, in retaliation for the murder of King Von. The 5 guys are OTF Vonnie, OTF Didi, or known as D-Ski, Flocka, Brown Eyes, and Boogie. First reaction when you seen the first news?
My first reaction, I saw Boogie first. That's a childhood friend of mine, so damn. Fucked me up when I saw that. Because Durk haven't got locked up yet. So when I first saw that, I saw Boogie. I'm going through it. I see it. Damn, this is my boy. Like, my first song on my YouTube channel called Swag Check, he really, influenced, my first song. Like that one, the video is called Swag Check. Like, you know what I'm saying? Folks from the area. Like, Durk really from 72nd and Green. That's where they from. His last name Houston. Asa Houston. They one of the biggest families from that block. So when I saw it, the whole situation, I'm damn, that's crazy. But when I saw him, you know what I'm saying? There's somebody that I know personally, real, you know what I'm saying? So they fucked me up. I'm like, damn, man, this shit crazy. I'm really thinking, how the motherfucker get bumped like that?
So you know him, you grew up with him? Were you guys still in contact this whole time, or was he somebody you kind of fell out with?
No, we fell out because I called him a OTF dick sucker and shit, so, because he GD, but he D-Thang, he one of D-Thang close friends with the Durk brother. D-Thang from 72nd and Green too. But, we had argument, we been fell out. Niggas actually robbed me in 2009 for $300 in the Sean John jacket. You know what I'm saying? They robbed me. Also, we used to be popping pills and shit, acting crazy at that time. You know what I'm saying? That was my boy. But he was a real devil stick-up kid, robbing the whole neighborhood, and this was my boy. I didn't think it was gonna happen to me. It happened to me because I ain't get a nigga $100. Rob me.
Man, okay. So he was always like he had a wild reputation.
That was
growing
him.
up.
Prison. He was swole as hell, beating niggas up, all that shit. He was fat now. That nigga was big as out the pen, go to pen for 2-3 years, come home, swole, smacking shit out niggas, doing all that, robbing niggas. They was the icy Jack boys. That's what we used to call it. Like I was a part of that. I used to call myself that too when I was hanging with them. You feel me? You know, Ada, where I'm from, a couple blocks. Now everybody looking like, ooh, because I made a post about it. Everybody, oh, Yella, you really? Now y'all want to, oh, Yella, you really? Yeah, bitch, I'm really, me and Durk we a couple blocks apart. Niggas be doing all this. Man, niggas be, you know, because they try to exclude me out. Yella, you was just a hanging around. Duck and Durk never met each other. O Block was in tour with 63rd. Lamron was in tour with JoJo World. That's, you know, this is my area, our side. We from Inglewood. Folks, man, from no Inglewood. So niggas always talking about, ooh, man, half of them niggas never met each other in real life anyway. You know what I'm saying? The niggas that probably did meet each other, they went to school or somebody done killed somebody. That's how he met a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But that was our side. Like I grew up. My family is from Big Durk Block. His daddy block. You know what I'm saying? Central City. 76, 77 Union. You know what I'm saying?
Did you know Durk or meet Durk growing up?
Yeah, I know Durk, not like we hung out, but Durk was a shorty. Like he like 2 years younger than me. Durk used to be in Central City in the car writing music and shit. But you know, back in the day, like around that time, like when we both probably dropped around the same time. First video was probably 09, 2010. But he was, you know, he was younger than me. He used to be in Central City and shit. His brother, but me and his brother was hella cool. But you know, some niggas like he couldn't hang. He wasn't hanging with us. He was younger. You know what I'm saying? Well,
Oh, so you knew D-Thing.
that was my boy.
What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon. So hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in. Oh, so you knew D-Thing.
That was my boy. Me and D-Thing,
Okay.
I was on the block when JoJo got killed. D-Thing was in Central City on the block. Where's daddy from? I was right there. JoJo got killed. Motherfucker hit that corner, hopped out with sticks. I thought they was finna kill his ass that day. I was scared. Damn. This nigga BD, they just killed JoJo. The whole time they just ran past. But yeah.
You were on the block the day that they killed JoJo and they ran past you.
Not where they killed, not that they killed JoJo, but when JoJo got killed, I was in Central City. When we got the news, JoJo got killed, and I think it was so crazy because that was like the same day. I think Lil Durk just tapped in with Meek Mill, so folks and them was on. Like at that time, like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't really no bad blood like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm from that area, Wiggle World. It wasn't really no problem with them like that until folks niggas start clicking up and shit start going the opposite way. You feel me? But yeah, that's like he had on Twitter. We seen him with Meek Mill at that time, so that was like the beginning of the career. So I say like the beginning of 2012 or whatever, like the end. JoJo died September, so it was around that time. But no, he got killed and some niggas hopped out on the block with blicks, with sticks. But I'm thinking in my head, they finna kill this nigga. Cause he BD. This is a block full of GDs. But this is daddy block. You know what I'm saying? So this family is you know, but they ran right past. They wasn't thinking about him. You feel me? He was good over there. Nobody was gonna disrespect Big Durk. That's, you know, nigga a legend.
You said his dad's a legend?
Daddy a legend for sure. Top slot, one of the biggest, a top slot for the GDs back in the day.
Okay, that's kind of be crazy, you know what I'm saying? You guys, and Durk and his dad being somebody who you guys highly respected.
I mean, I ain't gonna say, I'm saying like from the stories, because he been locked up down there. He was locked up Durk whole life, so I never met him. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't nobody that was around, but that's like Larry Hoover, no matter what. I had somebody inbox me, ask me about Larry Hoover. Larry Hoover been locked up since motherfucking 73. 70, what do you got? No, 70, what is, no. I think 70, one of them for 79 or something, the 70s. I don't know, he's been locked up since the 70s shit. 70 something. But motherfucker, look at motherfucker still represent him. They still say he had a lot of shit to do with a lot of shit. This man been locked up since the 70s. So you tell me the shit that's going on in the 90s and the 2000s, it's my fault. Because I don't know the motherfuckers out there killing. Nobody, a lot of motherfuckers on Larry, on the G, ooh, they don't even know this man. So that's what I'm saying. So, you know.
Now, what was Little Durk's reputation like growing up?
Nothing. What reputation? That shit came out the rapping and shit. I don't know. Wasn't no reputation. He wasn't a name that a nigga be like, oh, Lil Durk and them finna come slide and Lil Durk and them. No, that shit started happening after niggas got famous. Niggas wasn't famous in the hood before. I was famous in the hood before I was famous on the internet, for sure. When we on Yelling them block. Yelling them, folding them shrimp and skis, Cash Money and them, posting them, yeah, they get wild. That's like, you know, that's why niggas be like yelling. Well, I was famous. I used to gangland and all the shit for the GDs before the internet shit. How you think them people even came to our block to even ask any questions? We was making noise in the hood already before the internet. But no, he wasn't nobody wasn't nobody that a nigga was like worried about or anything.
At one point, he ends up being from 300, though. That's like his official hood, right? He got it big on his stomach.
Yeah, that was some BD shit. They all started that shit. Lamron 300, Chief Keef and them O Block 300. That was just some BD shit. I don't know where they got that shit from. That was something that they made up, I guess.
Oh, okay. When was the first time you started hearing about Little Durk being in the streets? Just the rap shit? Like,
yeah. That was
after the rap shit, was he like always,
was he like
a good kid?
I ain't hear about a lot of them niggas ain't make no noise until the rap shit. You know what I'm saying? Couple dollars, a little money in their pocket. Then now, you could be whoever you want to be. The internet lets you be whoever you want to be. But I don't.
So you think the music played a big part in who Little Durk turned out to be?
Man, Lil
music
Durk
and the internet.
Lil Durk was the trophy for them niggas, man. Chief Keef was the trophy first, but Durk ended up being that. But I guess shit, Chief Keef's still a trophy because he the one that's here. He the one that's lasted. It's about who win at the end. I guess I'm probably a trophy because I'm right here talking to you. When you get behind, when you dead and you in that motherfucking that box, man, it's over with for you. It ain't no, especially with them type of charges. But I can't sit here and be like he was a name that a nigga was like. A lot of them niggas, it's not a name that a nigga was like. Fooling them was, no. That's why you got exactly what you hearing now. Murder for hire. You're not the one. You wasn't the one that was doing this shit. Well, obviously, I guess paying the hits for this shit or whatever, putting money on niggas as they say. I really don't know how to even believe that because these is this nigga homies, man. You don't gotta pay your homies to go kill nobody. So